What's up, YouTube? Just doing a quick video. Reference the middleweight division, and I'm kind of getting sick and tired of what's going on. You got people that don't want to fight people. You got Daniel Jacobs, came off a amazing win, knocked out Peter Kitchak-Quillen, and you don't see him raising his hand to be next for any of the champions, calling for those fights. And then we've got Billy Joe Saunders, who wants to milk his belt over in Europe, which is going to backfire on him. I know he's undefeated, but he's talking about he's got big money fights lined up, such as Chris Eubanks Jr. There's no guarantee he wins that fight. None at all. And instead of taking the, I don't know exactly the breakdown in euros, but let's say $4 million from Triple G, it could backfire on him, and he'll never see that money again. I just don't get these guys. You know, the best should want to fight the best. The best should want to prove they're the best. And then there's Canelo. He's talking about fighting Gabe Rosado. I don't take anything away from Gabe Rosado. I really like watching him fight because he really goes all out and he really brings it. And he gets cut up, kind of got a fragile face, but he's tough as nails. There's no doubt in his heart. But Canelo's talking about fighting him. What does that do for you, Canelo, in your career? You don't need a stay busy fight. You don't need to get acclimated to the 160 division when you come in at 175 on fight night. You're just making excuses. You talk about how you're ready. You claimed you want to fight Triple G. When you're on the podium and the post conference after Cotto, I'll fight him right now. No, you won't, man. You can blame it on your poor English or whatever, but you don't do what you say. And when it comes to Canelo, there's always home cooking involved. You know, against Laura, I gave him that fight just because Laura wasn't engaging. He was running. Laura could have put the foot on the pedal and he could have took that fight. In our eyes, but I don't know if he'd have took that fight with the judges, because like I said, it's a bunch of bullshit, and Canelo's got home court advantage. I thought he definitely lost Austin Trout. He knocked Austin Trout down. He just caught Austin Trout, but it wasn't like, it was a flash knockdown. It wasn't like Austin Trout was not going to be able to recover. I mean, he caught him good. Legs were wobbly at first, but I mean, he really regained himself really quick. And before that and after that, I thought he fought extremely well to win that fight. But again, home cooking, you're not going to get that W. Then he fights James Kirkland. I like James Kirkland a lot. But the problem was, James Kirkland was at 200 plus pounds with short notice to get down. And he said, yeah, I'll do whatever it takes if you're going to give me $1 million. And that's what it was. He just come out of prison again. He stopped training with that one chick. Big mistake. She always brought out the best in him. And made Canelo look sensational. I guess the reason I'm doing this video is it's just getting ridiculous, man. You got all these people jockeying for position, or so you would think, but they're not. A bunch of hypocrites. They're embarrassing the sport of boxing, and it's obvious that all they give a shit about is their pockets, which is fine. That's a good thing, but not at the expense of challenging yourself. And those three ain't doing it. You know, Canelo, especially with the fanfare he has, and the support of the Mexican people, and you know, being the golden child of Golden Boy Productions, just fighting Triple G gives you more relevance. It makes you even bigger. It doesn't matter if you lose. People don't care. People want to see you fight the best. Those are who we consider champions. You know, he's young. He takes a couple losses. But if he's always fighting the best, maybe one day he will be the best. But ducking and hiding and making excuses and all this bullshit. And I hope, the only hope I have is that it'll get to him the way people are attacking him on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, or all these media outlets, that, you know, he'll check, see if his balls are still there. They can get tucked up, and he'll get the fight made. Problem with all these guys and Laura and everybody at 154 is nobody wants it. So, like I did in my previous video, Triple G, man, everybody's playing games. You're 34, I believe, this year. Just fuck it, man. Squeeze the Laura fight in there to shut up them critics. Go after DeGale. DeGale's game. He's a respected fighter. I would hope that people wouldn't say that he was a chump or a scrub or garbage if you beat him, and I think he will. I'm pretty confident, but... And then ultimately go after Andre Ward. You know, probably fairly. You know, you can't force a man. He's already moved up. You can't, you know, put stipulations on him. Hey, you got to come back to 168. No. If you want that fight, go after him. If you can get away with a catch weight at 171, do it. But if not, suck it up and go up to 175. I think you can beat him. I think DeGale can beat Ward. I think we're going to see a lot in this upcoming fight. That the dude has lost steam. Like, he hasn't looked good in his last two fights. 2 fights in 3 years. He hasn't. I just think that all these guys are making up excuses, pricing themselves out at the expense of the fans. You know, I don't know what you guys think, but that's what I think. They're all afraid of this man, Triple G. And he's coming for him. He's coming to hurt him. He just signed with Samsung. The guy's getting contracts left and right. He's a freaking G, man. Triple G. Gennady Golovkin. Dude's from Kazakhstan. But he represents the people. He represents the fans. He gives us what he wants. I'm out of here.